Welcome to our Friday video Bible study. Today we're answering the question, what does God say about angels? I think there are a lot of misconceptions about angels in our world. Maybe when you think of angels, you've at least seen them portrayed as little babies with wings and playing harps and flying around in the clouds. This is not actually what God says about angels. And so what we want to do today is look at what God does actually say about angels in the Bible. First of all, God says, yes, angels do exist. They are very real. They're not imaginary. So the question is then, if angels exist, where do they come from? Do we become angels when we die? Right? Is this what angels are? They are Christians who have died and gone to heaven and become angels. The Bible is very clear that this is not where angels come from. When we die and go to heaven, we don't become angels. We remain humans. So if angels are not Christians that have gone to heaven, then where do angels come from? Well, the Bible tells us that God created the angels. Psalm 148 says, let these angels praise the name of the Lord, for at his command they were created. So angels were created by God. We don't know when exactly God created them. We know they were created sometime during the 6 days of creation when God created everything. We just don't know on which day. Some people have guessed day 1 when light was created. Some people have guessed day 2, day 4, day 6. We just really don't know. A church father named Ambrose says this is an area where we are free to be ignorant. God hasn't told us, and so it's okay that we don't know when exactly God created them. How many angels did God create? Well, again, we don't know exactly for sure, but the Bible does indicate that there are very, very many angels that exist. Hebrews 12, among other places in the Bible, talks about this large number of angels, thousands upon thousands, a huge, enormous number of angels that God has created. What are these angels like? Well, first of all, angels are holy. We see this in Luke chapter 20, if you want to look it up. Angels are holy and perfect. They are sinless. And this explains why when anytime in the Bible, really, that anyone sees an angel, their reaction is terror. Right? People are terrified when they see an angel because we are sinful and angels are holy, and this creates fear. In fact, if you want to watch kind of a funny video about this, I'll put a link in the description. Right? Angels are holy and perfect. Angels are also spirits. This means that angels don't have a body. Right? They're only in one place at a time, but they don't take up space. So they can, they're not bound by physical barriers. They can move and come and go as they please. They are spirits without a body. But we are also told in the Bible that they can, if they want to, take on different appearances to people. So you think of in Genesis, where Abraham was visited by God and 2 angels, but they were disguised as men, and Abraham didn't know that they were angels. Angels are also extremely wise and powerful, far more so than us, and yet not nearly as wise and powerful as God. What do angels do? How do they spend their time? Well, angels really are created to serve God, and they do this in different ways. Sometimes angels praise God. This is a picture from Isaiah chapter 6, where Isaiah sees a vision of angels that have 6 wings, and they are crying, holy, holy, holy. They are praising God. This is one of the jobs of angels. We're also told that angels serve as messengers. Most notably, probably the angel Gabriel came and told the Virgin Mary that she was going to give birth to Jesus. Angels bring messages from God to people. And angels also helped to minister to Jesus while he was on earth. Think of a couple different times when angels came and they attended Jesus. Finally, as angels serve God, one of the ways that they do that is by serving God's people. Angels protect us both physically and spiritually. And so this brings up the question then, do each of us have a guardian angel? There's really no evidence in the Bible that this is the case, that every person is assigned one angel that guards them. It's possible, we just don't know it for sure. Maybe what a better guess is that there are angels around us all the time, and instead of to use a sports analogy, instead of playing a man-to-man defense and protecting us one-on-one, maybe they're playing a little bit more of a zone. They're always around us, always protecting us. Finally, we're also told that when we die, it's angels that carry our souls to heaven. And then we know that when Jesus returns on the last day, he will be accompanied by legions and legions of his angels. So this is kind of a brief overview of what God says about angels. So what should we think about them? How should we view God's angels? I think the best way for us to think about angels is to learn from what John's experience in the book of Revelation. During this book, an angel had showed John tremendous visions. And at the end of the book, John bows down and he worships this angel. And this is what that angel responds. He says, "Do not do that. I am a fellow servant with you and your brothers, the prophets, and with those who keep the words of this book. Instead, worship God." Right, so how do we think about angels? Of course, we respect them and we recognize that they are real and that they help us, and yet we don't go so far as to worship them, right? Instead, we reserve that kind of worship for God. I mean, you notice that the Bible really doesn't tell us that much about angels, and I think there's a good reason for that. God tells us enough about angels so that we can be comforted knowing that they are around us and helping us. But he doesn't tell us so much about them that we begin to focus on him, or focus on angels, instead of on God. And instead of worshiping God, we begin to worship angels. Right? So we want to find that middle ground, respecting angels and yet not worshiping them, but instead worshiping God. And this is what angels want us to do as well. So let's summarize. What does God say about angels? How would you explain it in just a short sentence? Here's what I put. Angels are holy beings created by God to serve him and his people. This is what angels are. Here's our question for further thought. If God is all-powerful and all-knowing and he's everywhere all at the same time, he clearly doesn't need angels to help him do anything. So why do you think then that God chooses to use angels to accomplish his work and to accomplish his will? Thanks for watching. If you have ideas for another topic, you can email me at pastorhemelman@gmail.com, or you can comment in the comment section below. God's peace be with you.